In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate Microsoft Word's Remove Background function. Now, keep in mind, Word is primarily a text editor. It is not a graphic editor or a program that you would ordinarily create graphics in. You can do things to your graphics once you have them in. We've seen that in other videos where you can adjust the sharpness, the blur, the warmth, the coolness, the brightness, the contrast. But it does have one function that may be handy to you, and we'll look at that right now. So if I click on the image, I've brought in an image of a wolf, and I also have a background image there. And you can see this picture has the wolf standing on a rock. There's a black background to it. If I click, my Picture Tools format pane opens up, and I have a command called Remove Background. Now, Remove Background will remove a solid color background, and this only really works well if there is a very clear delineation between the background color and the foreground color. Now, this should work relatively well because the background is black and the wolf is white, but it doesn't always work as you expect, and I'll show you that now. So, with your image highlighted, click on Remove Background. And Word will automatically pick up the background color, and you can see it's turned it purple. It actually even picked up a secondary color. It picked up the rock. So if I click Remove Background and then Keep Changes, watch what happens. Did you notice the wolf's nose went away? Let's zoom in and look at this. Do you know why? It's because the wolf's nose was the same color as the background. It was black. So when it got rid of that shade of black, it took the wolf's nose with it. And now you can see the background through the wolf's nose. Not good. So let's back up. And now let's go back and do the process over again. I'm going to show you how you can keep from getting rid of things you don't want. I'm going to click Remove Background. And it is going to highlight everything that is related to the background color and turn it purple or lavender. Now, see, it picked up the wolf's nose. Now, you have some options here. You can mark areas to keep, mark areas to remove. You can also delete a mark. What that means is I want to keep that space. So I'm going to click on that and click and see if it will fill in the wolf's nose, because what I'm saying is this is an area that I want to keep, and it picked it up. Sometimes it would just get a portion, sometimes it will get the whole thing. You can also do extra areas to remove. Let's see, this is picking up pretty good, but if I didn't want that little bit of black there, I could mark areas to remove, click on it, and it highlighted a little bit, it picked up a little bit. Let's get a little bit more. And again, this isn't really precise because Word is not a graphics program. If you are going to do an image where you need to get rid of the background, I recommend that you do it in Photoshop or Paint or GIMP or one of those graphic programs. So you see it removed that little bit of black there. So I'm going to go ahead and click Keep Changes. And now let me zoom back out so we can see. And that did a pretty good job. I now have a wolf. And you can see it took a little bit of his foot, but if I put his foot behind that branch, you would never know. So that's how the Remove Background feature works. Now again, it works best when there is a clear delineation between the background color and the foreground object. You can tweak it by using the mark areas to keep, mark areas to remove. But if I was going to do something where I really needed precise background elimination, I would do it in a graphics program. But this may work for you just like it did for our friend the wolf.